more Kevin Durant watch? Of course we do. Could we see a return of Kevin Durant to the Bay? KD won 2 chips, 2 finals MVPs with the Warriors, and the defending champs are one of the few teams that has the assets to acquire Durant. Here is what Warriors owner Joe Lacob said about the potential.
You know what this answer is going to be, which is we will always look at any opportunities to make ourselves better. And we're always going to be looking to make our team better, to try to win a championship. And if we thought it was something better to do for the team, we would do it. We have to weigh short-term, long-term, and all that. We have to weigh the financial obligations in both scenarios. But we will do all that and make the decision we feel is best.
Steph Curry was also asked about the potential of Kevin Durant returning to the Warriors, and here is what he had to say. Quote, "The rumor mill and all that stuff is part of the nature of the NBA and league. You take it for what it is. You know how quickly things can change, but I like where we're at." I like where we are at as well because I'm with 2 of the best. We have former NBA champion Kendrick Perkins and our NBA insider Brian Windhorst. Windy, we start with you. What's the most important thing that you took away from what you heard from Lacob and Curry?
Yeah, I looked and read that, listened very closely, David, and I never heard the word no in there. And while I will tell you before I even get into this, a trade between the Warriors and Nets is complicated, and I would maybe say unlikely, because you got that issue with Andrew Wiggins being a designated player and Ben Simmons being a designated player, so they couldn't be on the same roster together. But let me just say something that's interesting. Last year, when Ben Simmons asked for a trade out of Philly, Joe Lacob was asked on this same podcast with Tim Kawakami, who he has a lot of faith in and a lot of trust, "What about Ben Simmons?" And he said, "No way." I mean, maybe that wasn't his exact quote, but he said, "We're not trading for Ben Simmons. Not going to happen." In fact, he was fined $50,000 because he said the name Ben Simmons. This time, he didn't say the name. He said, "I can't say any names," but then he didn't say no. So I am not, gonna wholeheartedly tell you that this is barreling down the tracks. I can give you a bunch of different reasons beyond what I just said as to why it won't happen, but I ain't closing that door. There's a crack there, and a lot of things got to happen, and it's not something that would probably be the first choice of either party, but I think it would. Let me just say, initially, I ruled this out 10 days ago. But as I've continued to report on this and talk to people, I've now been convinced I should not shut the door.
Interesting. The door is open. Perk, what does it tell you? Because we all know how much criticism Durant faced when he first joined the Warriors. Would returning to the Warriors and winning more titles with this group hurt or help his legacy?
Oh, it would kill his legacy. Look, this can't happen for both parties, all right? KD cannot return to the Golden State Warriors. I don't give a damn what happens. And I know they have the young assets. They have everything and more when you think about their talent to make this work for us, the Warriors. But if I'm the Warriors, I'm not giving up my young core that I have. The Warriors have something unique. All right, when you look at this Warrior team, they're set up for success for the next 10 plus years. They're the only team, in my opinion, that has the mixture of veterans and young stars that are capable of taking over the franchise. You saw what Kuminga did in spurts last year. We saw what Moses Moody did in his minutes. We know James Wiseman is skilled. He had a great outing yesterday. This relationship between the Golden State Warriors and Kevin Durant kind of reminds me of New Edition and Bobby Brown. And Kevin Durant is Bobby Brown.
I'm a huge New Edition fan, especially love Bobby Brown, what he did solo. However, Kevin Durant hasn't found that kind of success when he was solo with the Nets. Now, you mentioned something interesting about the Warriors is they don't have like this traditional championship window of maybe a handful of years where the older players get out and you don't have a young crop. They've got these young players that you mentioned. Moses Moody, you got it right that time. Great work by you. And they've got Wiseman, they've got Kuminga, they've got new players coming in. Do you think that there's potential for them to sort of like risk that to bring in KD?
No, I don't. You know why? Because I think before Steph Curry showed this year that he's capable of actually leading this team all the way through and winning the Finals MVP, I think it was speculations that the Warriors front office had doubt that Steph couldn't lead them. That's why they went and got Kevin Durant. We heard Draymond Green say, without KD, we wouldn't have beat LeBron James in those times when he was in Cleveland. But now Steph Curry is on a whole nother planet, okay? And I'm not giving up what I got in these youngsters like Jordan Poole, where I can hand, if I'm the Golden State Warriors, when Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and Steph decide to hand over the keys to the car to those youngsters growing up in that culture, and then they pick up from there, that's everything that you need in the organization. I'm not giving it up for a 34-year-old Kevin Durant. And I understand he's arguably the best player in basketball. I get all that. But the Warriors, they have a unique situation that they can't break that culture up.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.